Are you ready?
What?
I said, are you ready?
Yeah! Get stealing! Woo! Wheeling dealing! The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning.
But brother, I am bad and they know I'm bad.
I'm the man of the hour, the man of the power. Too sweet to be sour.
This is going to be a slobber knocker.
Welcome to The Grill Out. From the heart of Shillian, West Virginia, here's your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to The Grill Out, episode 25. I'm your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty. It's already started. Joined with me to my right, would be Josh Cole.
Josh is joined to you?
Yeah, we're conjoined twins now.
I see.
Yeah, Josh Cole, baby.
Yeah.
Who wanted to already say ooh-woo for some reason. And then over to my left, I know nobody sees this, but yeah.
I see it.
I know, we see each other.
Jason
Lykens.
I would rather not.
Cena's not here.
I would rather not see you all.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've been talking to Sting.
Real quick, how does Sting, how does he feel about his new AEW Tag Team Championship?
He's not happy about it.
I've heard.
Yeah, he
I've
told
heard he
me.
didn't want to do it.
Yeah, he told me, he said, Jay, listen. I don't want to be the guy that comes in here, doesn't get defeated, holds a title. I'm not that kind of person, Jay. The kind of person I am is the kind of person who wants to build up new talent and hate Josh Cole. So, but Stinger, you're an icon. I said, listen, all this icon stuff aside, that's true. But I hate Josh Cole. And I said, why, Stinger? Why living legend Stinger, the icon? And he said, it's simple. It's Josh Cole. And I said, but what do you mean by that, Stinger? And he said, Jason, listen. I hate Josh Cole. And then he gave me a kiss on the head, and he flew away.
All right.
I'll tell you things we can't see. The guy holding the bat at that Savannah Banana game.
I know you can, like that was just a uniform walking out there. That wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, if for all of you that do not know, yes, Sting didn't really. He did not want to win the tag team titles.
Yeah, I know. That's what I just said.
I know, but
He
like
told
I'm
me
just
that.
saying, according to reports coming out, that was what it was. They
according
did
to me.
According to Jason.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like he's SRS over here.
I am.
And then also, yes, John Cena was I guess an honorary member of the Savannah Bananas for a game.
I mean, he got struck out. I mean,
He did.
He didn't even swing.
No.
He didn't try.
He was trying to
There
reduce
was no
the batter's
hustle.
box.
He was.
Yeah, I give
He
him
got
credit.
low.
I give him credit. He tried.
But he didn't even go down swinging. There was no hustle.
True.
There was no loyalty to swinging the bat, and there was no respect for the game.
Mm-hmm.
There was hustle, no loyalty, no respect.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Anyway,
Sting hates Josh Cole.
I know. Sting does. I'm sorry, Josh.
I'm not.
We're so.
not. You deserve
it. Oh, I love it how just Jason loves to be
That's
the
why
heel.
I'm not going to North Carolina.
Yeah, well, Jason just likes to be the heel on this podcast. So, just to jump right into it, we've got some executives from a couple of different wrestling promotions that have been fired.
Yeah.
So,
Like who?
So Rossy Agawa, who is one of the founding members of Stardom, was released by Bushy Road because apparently, so this is coming from WrestlingInc.com. Quote, one move that left a lot of fans talking was Bushi Road's decision to fire Stardom founder Rossy Agawa following accusations of talent poaching, with the belief among many that he was going to take a lot of the Stardom roster with him upon the expiry of their contracts and form a new promotion, which kind of looks like he's going to do that anyway now.
Seems to be a lot of accusations against executives and them being fired or leaving.
That's been happening a lot
Yeah, like
here
who?
lately. Well, we got another one. We got Scott D'Amore. He'll be later on in the show, and then of course we covered everything with Vince and company a couple episodes ago. So
yeah, but apparently Ogawa was poaching talent for what, WWE? Allegedly?
Yeah, apparently that's why Kairi Sane went over to WWE is because of Rossi and everything, and why Julia was rumored to go to WWE, which I guess now that Rossi has left Stardom, she's going to go with him and kind of, I guess, get his promotion started, then make her decision what to do. There are some talent like Tam Nakano who is going to stay with Stardom, but others are, going to leave Stardom and go with Rossi Ogawa. It gives the vibes of how Misawa was when he left All Japan and created Pro Wrestling Noah. It's a kind of a theme over there in Japan.
Hey, what's your most favorite Stardom faction?
Didn't tell you.
What's that?
Couldn't tell you.
You don't know any Stardom ones?
No.
Jeff?
Donna Del Mondo, DDM, which they have actually disbanded here recently. Reason for that is because Julia is leaving.
So, Josh, back to you not knowing any of them. how can you not know any of them? Like Queen's Quest?
I don't really catch much of the Japanese wrestling.
Yeah. You know what I think it is? I think it's because Sting is right. See, here's another reason why you're not going to get that cameo from Sting. You know what? I even asked him. I said, Stinger, listen, if I gave you $5,000 to do a cameo for Josh Cole, would you do it? And he said, no. You couldn't pay me enough to give Josh Cole a cameo. I said, not even telling him he sucks. He says he knows he does.
Man, Jason's just coming out swinging at the beginning.
It's not me.
6 minutes?
I'm just telling you all what Sting 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, said to me.
We'll tell. Okay, can you relay a message to the Stinger for me?
I can call him,
just for me.
Yeah.
Tell him we would like an interview.
Okay.
I'll
tell him.
This is why AEW is not recognizing your one title. Sting.
Good Lord.
So just to briefly say it, when he won the tag titles, they said that was his 25th championship. He's actually held 26. For some reason, they're not recognizing his WWA World Heavyweight Championship.
The World Wrestling Association, the one that was down in Australia?
Yeah. It was only like a promotion that lasted about a year and a half long, but still.
I mean, you know what? I don't know if I would even recognize what those people were doing there.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know.
Yeah, there was a lot of sketchy stuff that went with that promotion, and it did only last a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I would recognize it.
So let me ask you all this. Speaking of Sting and title runs, okay? I know this isn't on your breakdown, Jeff, and you're panicking.
Break it down.
But who do you think had the better title run, like the first title run between the two Blade Runners, Sting or Ultimate Warrior?
Like world title run?
Yeah.
I would say the Ultimate Warrior had a better, it was better leading up to the title.
I mean, they were champions at the same time.
I would have to give the edge to the Stinger simply because the Ultimate Warrior, it's one of those situations where it was good leading up to it, and then Warrior just warriored. And
I wasn't really alive to see that stuff, but
we have the network. Well, we don't. We have Peacock.
Hey, you got Peacock, man.
Yeah. I'm just going to say Stings. I didn't even know who the Warrior was until he came to WCW in 98.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why are you on this podcast? If you're like, hey, Ultimate Warrior, that's a WCW guy. Yeah.
Little did he know.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've heard of him. I didn't really know who he was until he came to WCW. That brief little run he had.
Do you like Brutus the Barber Beefcake?
No.
I'm starting to wonder.
I bet you he's going to like the Dark Side of the Ring episode of him.
That's what he's looking forward to.
Exactly.
He's sitting there. He's got his hedge clippers, and he's like, yeah, and he's just clipping them away. But okay, I mean, so you do know that you don't like Brutus Beefcake, but you didn't know that in that same time, Ultimate Warrior was there.
I'm just on a...
How is it that you don't like Ed Leslie, who I'm sure is a very lovely man?
He was in the
has gotten
WWE
him
games,
a lot
and
of
I just
jobs.
didn't care for him there.
Okay, well...
Well, speaking of Dark Side of the Ring episodes, Brian Pillman's estate, just to get us back on track. Brian Pillman's estate they've made a deal with WWE, okay? According to his daughter, Brittany Pillman Evans, The daughter of Pillman uploaded an image to her social media noting that the Pillman estate and the promotion, WWE, had come to terms on a Legends deal for Pillman and that new merchandise will be available in the near future. So, I think that's a good thing. And it seems like that was easier. This deal was a little easier to come about when Brian Pillman Jr. joined NXT.
Yeah.
Like,
Isn't he Lexus King?
Yeah, Lexus King is what he's going by now. But
here's what I want, though. I want Brian Pillman in a wrestling game, in a WWE game.
Yes, absolutely. In a 2K game.
I want Hollywood Blondes.
Yep.
I want Loose Cannon.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Yes.
Give it to me.
Book it, you cowards.
Yes.
So just to give a little bit of a good reprieve before we get to this next story.
Yeah. And speaking of cowards, Scott D'Amore is out of TNA.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say cowards. Well, I would say Anthem.
Yeah.
You coward. You knew that you had a week left and you stuck around. Scott D'Amore is a coward.
That dang guy.
So,
what happened?
In sort of a shock amongst everybody, because this caught me off guard.
Yeah.
I know I sent it in the group chat that we have. It caught both of you off guard. It even caught people off guard who was in a Zoom call with the company.
Yeah.
Because at first they said that he stepped down. Then come to find out Anthem did release him. So this is coming from SEScoops.com. Quote, the recent firing of D'Amore by TNA Wrestling after a successful rebranding has sparked some confusion. This topic was discussed by talent in 2 video conferences on Wednesday, as to what I just referred to, with one reportedly becoming quite hectic. During those discussions, it was mentioned that some talent expressed dissatisfaction with the situation. Tommy Dreamer then suggested that those interested in discussing their release from the company do so privately. It was also noted that top talent like Jordan Grace likely won't be granted their release, but only time will tell what happens. Following the announcement of D'Amore's departure, the atmosphere reportedly became chaotic, as many were loyal to him. Gail Kim instructed everyone to mute their lines, and it is believed that some talents were permitted to voice their concerns. And then I guess in a second call, that was when some of the executives came in and was like, I guess, trying to smooth things over with the talent.
Well, I do know that D'Amore made what was referred to as a reasonable offer to Anthem to purchase TNA from them, and they declined it.
Yes.
So,
and I guess there has been some friction between him and the executives at Anthem for a little bit.
Well, apparently he wants to run it one way, and they want it ran a different way.
Yeah.
So
because
budget.
Yeah, some of it came down to the budget because he wanted to sign more talent. He wanted to spend a little bit more money on it, which rightfully so.
Yeah.
We've talked on this program for several weeks now about how good of a thing this is with the rebranding of now TNA from Impact and how they've been on this roll. But, I guess maybe the promotion is just cursed because TNA is going to TNA at the end of the day. And
TNA done TNA themselves.
Yes, with D'Amore going out. In my humble opinion, I think it's a boneheaded decision because he is the one that spearheaded this. And allegedly, according to Anthem, allegedly, not according to them, but allegedly, Anthem they did not want the face of the promotion to be Scott D'Amore.
For some reason.
Yeah, for some inexplicable reason. Whether that's, it comes down to money or ego or whatever, we don't have that answer. But allegedly, that is part of the reason. Which, again, I still think that is a boneheaded decision because Scott D'Amore, who has undoubtedly worked his butt off on redoing this entire promotion and pretty much resurrecting it from the dead. And he's also a good, link from TNA of now, from the present, to the past. Because of the whole Team Canada stuff. I mean, Team Canada was a big thing back in the I guess you could say the heyday of TNA. Yeah. So,
Well, I mean, they have little H there. That's Eric Young.
Eric Young, which I did not believe. I when you said that, I go back and look. I'm like, oh, man, he does look like tiny Triple H.
It's WWE has little Nate with the ref. TNA has little H.
A.K.A. Eric Young.
Yeah. So there you go.
Which will be his 15th different gimmick?
I think so. I think this year, his 15th, and not talking about 2023, just from January 1st to now, this is Eric Young's 15th gimmick.
Yeah. So just in this week alone, there's been 2 high-ranking executives from 2 rather prominent wrestling promotions get fired.
Expand that to 3 weeks, you get 3.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. 2024 is off to a wild start.
If you span that to 50 years, you at least have 5.
Yeah.
Man, that's true.
I would say at least 5.
I don't know. You might have to increase that number after WCW got bought out. You know, we don't need all these executives.
Well, yeah, that's why I said at least 5.
Well.
Okay, 6. Are you happy?
Yes, I am satisfied.
Happy, Jeff? Josh, are you happy?
I'm good.
No one cares.
No, I'm not happy.
Good.
I never am.
I'll say earlier in the year, even before the year, you said TNA is the one to look out for. I don't think they're going to be that anymore.
Yeah, I don't think my
no, it's
TNA'd again.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, you know what? Everything's going pretty well right now. Let's screw it up.
Yep.
Let's what can we do? Well, you know, we always want to keep people guessing. Let's fire the person that people like.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of him.
Exactly. That's just, I'm sorry. That is just such a
Oh, God, they're going to bring in Tyrus. I know they are. I know it. I feel it. They're going to bring in Tyrus. He's going to say some stupid crap, and then people are going to be like, maybe we shouldn't go with TNA. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Out of every promotion outside of WWE, I'm not going to count WWE in this because they're such a conglomerate. Out of all the promotions outside of them, they had the most momentum going into 2024.
Yeah.
And that's saying something with where this promotion was just 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Just a couple years ago.
Just a year ago.
Yeah. I mean,
just 3 months ago.
Yeah. We'll just keep, just a month ago, But
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just 2 weeks ago. I mean,
anyone else going to shorten that?
Just a
yesterday.
week ago.
Yep, yesterday. 5 minutes ago.
30 seconds ago.
1 second ago.
Yep.
1 second ago.
Hey,
1 second.
TK, Scott Demore's a free agent.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, bring him in. He might help with your booking a little bit,
but
TK.
he wasn't WWE, so why would Tony bring him in?
That's true. Also, I feel like that after the Kenny belt collector thing, that TK and TNA are not on the best of terms. I don't think TK is on the best of terms with a lot of people because apparently when Rossi got fired from Stardom, I didn't go looking because I've been under the weather. Apparently TK did have a couple of things to say about that.
Of course he did.
Yeah, I mean, he always does.
Yeah, why would he only worry about his company?
That's true.
Why would he do that?
That is very true. So
that was a situation that happened, but let me tell you, this Wednesday night on Dynamite, we're going to have a great show, another great show on Friday and Saturday. We just have a lot of great things going on in AEW.
Hey, Tony, do you know what time it is?
Yeah.
It's 3 a.m. on a Saturday, dude.
Now let me tell you about this watch. Speaking of watches, you need to watch.
I will admit that AEW, so far this year, they have seemed like they're on the upswing. So I will give them credit. TNA
they're about to get some big business.
That's true. That's true. We will get to that later on. But just to
Josh, your segues don't work.
I mean, we'll
We're
get
about to digress here.
So
you know what? I think Josh, I'm sorry. I think you and I just really need to come together. I'm sorry. We need to come together. Like Defy and Progress Wrestling combining the two promotions.
From SEScoops.com.
Yeah, the two promotions decided to issue a press release on Friday announcing that they are merging. Progress is based in the United Kingdom and Defy is based out of Seattle, which, for those of you who don't understand geography, is in the United States, notably after
Northwest.
the merger. Defy content will soon be available on Progress's Demand Progress Plus streaming service.
I think this is a mutiny.
Maybe.
Is it called Demand Progress Plus, or is it Progress Plus?
No, it's
saying it's on
it's
demand.
Progress. Yeah. It's S' Demand. So Progress's Demand service, which is called Progress Plus streaming service.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the streaming service is called Progress Plus.
Yes.
And Josh, on here, the Progress, it's S apostrophe, so it's showing that it is.
Well, demand is also capitalized, so I was a little bit confused there.
We see, I didn't write this.
I literally just pulled it from a website.
Sports entertainment scoops.
Yeah, that's that's kind of what I do when I put these scripts together. I just find little quotes here and there, and just pull this, slap it there. But yeah, just as to what Jason was saying, Defy and Progress.
Well, I didn't say it. I mean, I said it, yes, but it wasn't me saying it.
No, it wasn't him saying it. He was quoting it.
Yeah. That was,
but yes, they are combining.
Which digress?
Defy Progress?
Yeah, digress.
Is that you know what? Show like real quick. What is it going to be? Degress or is it going to be Defy Progress? What's it going to be called?
Regression.
Regression.
Maybe regret.
Regrets.
Regret.
Not even a single letter.
No. I'm just going to say it's going to be called
Gerogony. I don't know.
He's dumbfounded over there. Actually, we'll give him a second.
No, I was trying to think of words that I'm allowed to say.
We'll give him a second. We'll go ahead and take a real quick break. When we come back, we're going to have some more news because a lot did come out this past week. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
It's time for more of the Grill Out. Here's Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grill Out. I'm your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, joined by Josh Cole, baby, and Jason Lykens.
So let me ask you all something.
Okay.
WrestleMania 40 is coming up.
Yes. Philadelphia.
Yep. In Philly.
In Philly.
I've been to Philly once.
How was Philly?
Okay, Philly wasn't a place for me.
Fair.
Okay.
Fair. You have a cheesesteak?
I didn't. But I went to the AEW show that was there. It was,
I do remember that.
Because I sent you all pictures of Sting, funny enough. But
he's actually not making a joke. That's a shoot.
So, WrestleMania 40 in Philly, main event. What do you all think?
I think they're going to go with Cody now. Cody and Reigns.
I mean, it's definitely that, but I don't think it's just that.
No.
It's either going to be a three-way with them two and Rock, or what almost seemed teased during the press conference, possibly a tag match, Rhodes and Rollins versus Rock and Reigns.
I hope
the Rock and Reigns connection.
Yeah,
I hope they don't go that route. You see, I have mixed feelings because there's one camp where it's like, okay, well, the first night you do Roman and Rock versus Rollins and Rhodes. See, it's not that hard to do. But then the second night, you do Rhodes versus Reigns. The problem with that is Rhodes and Reigns have not touched each other since last WrestleMania.
Fair.
So if you do the tag match of Rock, Roman against Rhodes and Rollins, then do you take away that anticipatory build-up between Rhodes and Reigns?
We are booking right now.
Yes.
Yeah. How does The Rock fit into all this if you don't do a tag match?
Real quick,
Yes.
Let me tee this up, okay? In case you did not see the press conference. So just coming from CBSSports.com, the WrestleMania 40 main event picture just got more complicated. Expectations were that The Rock versus Roman Reigns would be formally announced at Thursday's press conference this past Thursday in Las Vegas, but Cody Rhodes threw a wrench in those plans. Rhodes formally challenged Reigns to an undisputed WWE Universal title rematch at WrestleMania 40, a right he earned by winning the 2024 Royal Rumble. Reigns and Rhodes traded barbs about their respective families. The Rock took umbrage with Rhodes speaking about his relatives and slapped Rhodes. As they were walking out, the interview with Triple H and a bunch of expletives coming from The Rock.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got a lot of people talking. I think Cody does have every right to challenge Reigns.
Well, I mean, if you're going to go with the mind of kayfabe, he won the Royal Rumble.
Bingo.
The winner of the Royal Rumble gets to pick their match.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
100%.
I think you make it a triple threat. But is it too obvious that it's Rhodes. I mean, granted, last year we were all saying the same thing, that it's Cody's coming in, Cody's going to be beating Roman. You know, prior to that, there was multiple times where it was like, okay, you know, Roman's beating Brock, and then Brock won. So while it may look obvious, is it obvious?
That's true. But so my thing is sometimes the most obvious answer is the answer that you go with. Now, booking up to that, and I don't buy this stuff that, oh, this was the original plan. No. I don't buy that.
No.
I don't, every source that I've seen say that is someplace like, you know, Ringside News. Like someplace that, in my opinion, is not very reputable. And they just kind of put stuff out there for clicks. I don't buy that rhetoric. But I think that the obvious answer is the correct one. It's leading up to it. You gotta keep people guessing on which one it is.
You know, the thing about storytelling is the destination can be obvious, but it's the journey of getting there that makes it exciting.
Bingo.
I will say, if by chance they do a tag match, they seem to cue it up, and Big E even referenced it. And then at the beginning of the press conference, Triple H first spoke. He made a deal to, you know, recall that the very first main event of WrestleMania was a tag team match involving Hogan and Piper, Mr. T, Paul Orndorff, which I think Hogan was the reigning champion and didn't defend the title in that match. But anyways.
Oh, what, WrestleMania 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of strange.
Yeah.
Well, it was also, I mean, the first WrestleMania, Vince threw all of his eggs into that one basket, so let's try to do everything to get as many names on the card, to get as many eyes on the product.
That is true. Like, you're right, because it's not, you got to look at it from like 1984.
Yes.
Look through the 1984 lens, not the 2024 lens.
Yes.
85, but yeah.
80, yeah.
The only other thing I was going to say is, I know Rock had said he wanted the storyline to be right and also do something that hadn't been done. Okay, something that hasn't been done. 2 world titles, same match, both on the line. Not one a tag match, winner takes all kind of thing. Where, like, say if Rhodes and Rollins wins, Rhodes gets the WWE title, Rollins keeps the World Heavyweight title, Rock and Reigns wins, same thing kind of situation. But I don't know.
We're at this point, and I had people texting me. You know, not just the 3 of us texting back and forth about it. I had a lot of people texting me about this, and the one thing I kept telling people was, you just sit back and enjoy the journey right now. That's the best thing that you can do. And you're 100% correct, Jason, with, you know, it's not it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And that's kind of what we're on right now with this. The press conference made me much more invested in this now.
The Bloodline tree was really cool.
Yes, that was.
Might have been pulled from Wikipedia, but you know.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at it, it looks like it's straight copy-paste of their little chart, just with the added artwork and stuff in there.
Yeah, but I will say, because I was looking at it, because I kept wondering, I'm like, wait a minute, how is Tamina, like, and Jimmy Snuka and them related to this? I did go to Wikipedia. Their area is not attached to it.
Yeah.
So I don't know where, you know, I believe it, because I've always heard that, but...
It's weird. They're like, actually, did you see Wrestle Talk's thing they did like yesterday?
No, I have not.
It's really good. It actually gets a little bit more in depth. Basically, if I remember correctly, Jimmy Snuka like married in to, I guess, one of their cousins or something like that. So that's how he gets.
How did that
there.
marriage end?
Yeah,
because, you know, some of his other relationships didn't end well.
Dark side of the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Dark side of the ring.
Yep.
Season 1, I believe. Season 1 or 2. I know that.
2, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. In there.
Well, Josh, let me ask you this about the tag team stipulation.
Yeah.
So how would that work if, let's say, Rollins pins Rock? Does Cody then get Roman's title?
Yes.
Well, that's just dumb.
Yeah. But if that were happening, I would see probably Rhodes pinning Reigns in that particular match.
Well, but if you have, like, Rhodes pin Rock, and then the title gets lost, then does that set up a rematch with Roman saying, well, you know, I never lost the title? Like, I was never pinned.
Possibly. Or that could cause a dissension between Rock and Reigns in that eventual match that they were wanting to do.
Well, I don't know.
We don't book it.
Yeah.
No, thankfully, I don't have to book it.
There's a lot of possibilities.
Because I didn't book this corner that they're stuck in. So now they have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Because just do what everyone wanted, which was Cody and Roman. You didn't have to bring Rock into it.
Now, if there is the, I don't think it's been confirmed, but apparently, like when Rock first came back, like earlier this year, there was sort of a contract stipulation or something that like to where he would be facing Reigns. I've heard that. I don't know how true that is though.
The report I saw, I think it came from Meltzer, was that when he became part of the board of TKO, that was in his contract. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know of anybody that's confirmed that, and Meltzer is the only one I've seen, so that has said something along those lines. I don't know.
I worry that we would not be getting the Rock that everyone would hope to be getting. Because now we have the Rock who gets blown up walking to the ring.
It's true.
And I'm saying this as a person who is not in shape. I also don't take special vitamins. I don't drink special juices. You know, there is not a certain juice that I take to help me perform in the gym.
That's true.
I don't juice.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not saying that Rock juices. I'm just saying he's done something to stay in amazing shape for his age.
Yeah.
You know?
Him and Billy Gunn.
Well, I mean, but Billy Gunn, you know, he admitted to doing
I was going to say, yeah, he is pretty transparent about what he's
doing. Same
as
Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash openly admitted to doing steroids. The Rock does not do steroids, according to him.
So, speaking of, you brought up Kevin Nash.
Yes.
Okay, I just have to throw this
Wait,
story.
hold on. Do you hear that? His quad just blew.
So I just have to throw this story out there because all three of us have agreed before that all things lead back to wrestling.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they truly do. And I was kind of saying that as, I guess, sort of a gimmick until the other night. So I don't mean to bring her up on here so much, but I just have to say this. So I'm sitting there, I'm talking to Ivy.
Hi, Ivy.
Yep. Hi, Ivy. And
Josh, say hi to Ivy.
Hello.
So, so we're talking. We're talking about movies, and she mentions Magic Mike 2 XXL, I guess, whatever it's called. And she was like, "Yeah, there's one guy on there. His name's Tarzan." She goes, "She's like, I wasn't really into Channing Tatum, but I was into him." And I'm like, "Tarzan?" She goes, "Yeah, look him up." So I go and look him up. It's Kevin Nash.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just bust out laughing. She's like, "What are you laughing about?" And I'm like, "Everything leads back to wrestling."
So you're saying she liked big sexy?
Yes, she likes Big Daddy Cool.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I think one of the game modes they had talked about for WWE 2K4 was like a WCW road, and there was a big heavy section that was stipulated to be for like the NWO, so Kevin Nash. In the Kevin Nash segment was you had to play a match without blowing a quad.
Just going there.
So, but they found out that, you know, they completely scrapped that because it was so impossible to do in the game. Because, I mean, you just make the tag into Kevin Nash, and he gets in and just blows a quad. Like, every time. It was crazy. Like, he couldn't do his 5 moves of doom, one of those being the hair whip back. That was corny.
I mean, it works out for him.
Yeah. So, yeah, he just kept blowing quads.
Fair.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is I do not use the same juice that Rock does.
No. He doesn't juice the same vegetables that Rock does.
Allegedly.
Actually,
not even allegedly. He says he doesn't. Some people have eyes.
Yeah. I did see this online just because I see so much stupidity online. So the interaction between Triple H and The Rock, everybody's like, oh, you could tell like Triple H, he wants to get back into the ring. Physically, he cannot. Like
he will die.
Yeah, health-wise, he cannot get into the ring. So this person, like, they're going through it, through all these scenarios, and they're like, well, there's one person that the Rock could face against that knows him rather well.
Hulk Hogan. brother.
Much love, HH.
Yeah.
No, they mentioned, they're like, bring back Stone Cold. I'm like, whoa. As a huge Steve Austin fan, you got to pump the brakes on that one.
Yeah.
And like, I'm going through the comment section. People are telling this person like, no, like Austin physically cannot do this. He is Like, he is in about the same amount of shape, if not a little bit worse. Like, not so much with his heart, but with, like, his neck and stuff. And this person's like, well, you know, he carried Kevin Owens through that match. And I'm like, what are you watching? No.
You mean the punch fest?
Yeah.
The punch fest between the two with the one suplex. Yeah, so they were getting carried through that.
Exactly. And, like, by all reports, like, that was Kevin Owens doing a lot of that, which rightfully so. Like, Austin cannot do what he used to be able to.
Well, no, but he also doesn't pretend that he can.
No, he never has.
You know, he doesn't come in with the feathered boa and the blue or the red and yellow and think that he's still top dog. I'm talking about Hulk Hogan. You know, he...
Brother.
Yeah, that's, you know, there you go. Keep flexing.
Pythons.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, brother. Yeah,
he takes vitamins too.
Oh, he did. He took some good vitamins.
I mean, he always said, take your vitamins and say your prayers. So,
also, one of the best things is Roddy Piper's induction speech into the Hall of Fame. I don't know if you all have ever heard it.
I don't think I have.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I do remember Hillbilly Jones, though.
Well, it went on forever. But
opportunity.
Yeah. But Roddy Piper's, he's on there. And so he's like, you know, Hogan always said, you know, say your prayers and take your vitamins. And, you know, and I took some pretty good vitamins, but I never got that big.
Oh, we miss you, Rowdy.
Speaking of old wrestlers, you all heard about Billy Jack Haynes recently?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I'm not prepared. This is not in the show run right now.
You should go to a break.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get 5 more minutes, and then we will go to a break.
I just want to insert one small thing. Triple H Rock, it does suck. We never got the match that they teased, like, however many years ago.
Yeah. I mean, that even with Triple H, you know, sort of being out of the loop, you know, like with the Saudi stuff, I think it still would have been a good match as long as Rock didn't tear his groin. But yeah, just to give a quick rundown with everything else on the rundown sheet, Jason, we'll talk about that off the air.
Yeah.
Okada had his final match this morning in Osaka. Post match, he went against Hiroshi Tanahashi. They embraced after the match. Okada won, and I did note this. So Okada's first big matches / big break in New Japan was against Hiroshi Tanahashi at WrestleMania 7 in 2013, and Okada has been with New Japan for 17 years in total. Also, this morning was the last contractual match for Will Ospreay. They had, you know, New Japan, New Beginning in Osaka. This is coming from Fightful.com. On February 11th, the War Dogs, Bullet Club, and United Empire squared off in a huge War Games match. The match was brutal and an emotional affair, as it was the final bout for Will Ospreay in the promotion for the foreseeable future. In the end, the War Dogs captured the win, Bullet Club. Backstage comments after the match, Ospreay noted that he will still be allowed to work New Japan dates with his AEW contract, noting that he is scared about heading to America and AEW. Also, this little note that I put in there, this is the first cage match within New Japan in 15 years, the last one in 2008 at NJPW Lockup, which was January 13th, 2008, and I think it was an 8-man tag. Also, it came out this morning from Fightful Select that Okada is going to AEW. So that's what they're reporting. They're saying the deal is pretty much done. He will be at AEW, which leads to the next story. His big announcement, Tony Khan's big announcement, because he loves to do those.
He loves to make announcements about upcoming announcements.
He does. He really does. There are rumors that Mercedes Moné will be going to AEW. There's
who?
Mercedes Moné.
Who?
Mercedes.
It's boss time.
It's
Oh, you mean
in Boston,
formerly known as Sasha Banks?
Yes.
In WWE.
Yes.
We see, I knew that, but some listeners may not.
They may not.
Well, that's why you have to include everyone. We're very inclusive.
We try to be. We really do.
Except for Josh.
Yeah.
See, he agrees.
This comes from Yahoo.com. AEW has announced it is heading to Boston for a very special edition of Dynamite.
You spelled Boston wrong.
I'm sorry, did you say Yahoo.com?
Yahoo.
Isn't it
Yahoo?
Yahoo?
Oh, maybe it is. I'm sorry, my hick came out.
Hi, everybody. According to Yahoo.com,
I got my wrestling.
they caught me shoplifting at the Chevy dealer. Anybody know where I get me some iced tea?
Don't you talk about my iced tea. And I have worked very hard not to have that strong of a dialect.
Listen, I'm from Boone County. Okay?
I realize
if
that.
I can do it, anybody can.
I have worked on it.
Some
of it still creeps in.
I mean, I used to sound real bad. I mean, it was real bad.
Is that how you sounded?
Somewhat.
Oh,
I mean,
Lord.
there's home videos of me, and they said my name, and I turned around and I went, what? I mean, it was bad.
Well, bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Your flea-picking heart.
The event will be held at
Lord
TD
have mercy, John Brown.
The event will be held at TD Gardens in Boston. There was a graphic for, it's called Big Business, right?
Yeah.
It's AEW Big Business. It's a special edition episode because
Big business.
and they spelled Boston with two money signs.
I think they
That's
also
not how
spelled
you-
the business with two money signs as well.
Oh, did they?
I think.
That's not
okay.
how you spell Boston.
Well, boss.
Morons.
But the rumor is right now that is where Mercedes Moné will debut.
It's also where she's billed from, just for the FYI.
Yeah, and apparently she's been on the payroll since the beginning of the year. She was also featured at AEW All In last
Did you
August.
know that her uncle is Snoop Dogg? Or is it cousin?
Cousin.
Cousin.
Yeah.
Her cousin is Snoop Dogg. I mean, they should have told us that in WWE.
I think they tried to.
Well, yeah, they did. He did her theme song one year at WrestleMania.
I know they mentioned it like every time she was.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
Thanks for slowing us up there, Josh.
Yep, it's okay. But yeah,
Did you know that Rock and Roman are related?
they're related to a lot of people.
Did
we
you
don't
know
have
that
time.
Cody Rhodes' father is
Dusty
Dusty Rhodes?
Last story for this segment before we wrap it up. Masha Slamovich wins the Jersey J Cup. She beat Jordan Oliver last night to win the Jersey J Cup along with the JCW World Championship.
Is this Japanese?
No, this is Jersey Championship Wrestling.
See, notice how it says Jersey?
Well, it said J Cup too, and I was like,
It's
I'll
kind
be
of, I know
honest
what
with
you're
you.
going.
Josh, hold on, Jeff. Jeff, I'm sorry. Josh, to be 100% honest with you, I had no clue. Okay? I'm just being a jerk because that's what the one listener wants to hear.
it's true. The guy in Australia.
Yeah, that's what he wants to hear. He wrote to me and said, Jason, be a jerk. And I said, listen, Sting.
Here we go.
And he replied back instantly. I didn't even send it. He said, my name's not Sting, it's Steve. I said, oh, my bad, Steve. He said, I need you to just be a jerk. And I said, but I'm not really a jerk. He said, but you can be. And I said, I don't want to be. He said, but you need to be, because that's what I want to hear. I want you to tell the truth about Josh Cole. Sting knows it. I, Steve, know it. And you know it too.
We gotta have the truth.
Yeah.
It's almost like the little devil on his shoulder telling him what the bad thing to do.
No, there's no little devil on my shoulder.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, it's on both shoulders.
Almost kind of batty of him.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't no.
listen.
No. Okay, we ain't got time.
Speaking of cups, really quick though, did you all see the Undertaker in Saudi Arabia?
Oh yeah. Love him some soccer.
Easiest 20 mil he ever made.
Yeah. So I think he said he would never dress up like that again, so they had to pay him a lot.
Yeah. Well, I have to say this real quick. The Saudis love their Undertaker.
Yeah. They do.
And that Yokozuna.
Yep.
And Andre.
They
part of
they really wanted Yokozuna for that Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why they got, who was it? Akibono?
I don't think it was Akibono, but it was another.
It was another sumo wrestler.
I think Akibono's also dead.
Oh, okay. So I just pulled a Saudi without all the money.
No, I think so. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Okay.
So now you just kind of look dumb.
Okay. We're going.
But
to
here's
close
the
this
thing:
thing.
he may not be dead, and if he isn't dead, then now I look dumb.
Okay. We're going to have to look at things
Yeah,
in the break.
we're just talking through our teeth now.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to close this segment out. Just stay tuned.
Is this the ASMR segment?
Yeah.
Yeah. On this day in wrestling history is coming up, along with the main event. Stay tuned.
Once again, here's Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grill Out, the final segment. And yes, we do have some breaking news. Jason mentioned it in the previous segment. We were looking at it at the break. Billy Jack Hayes.
He's going to jail.
Yeah. Billy Jack Hayes, formerly, what was it? You said WrestleMania 3 to 5?
Yeah, around the 3 to 5 time period. He was predominantly more well-known for his feud against Hercules Hernandez.
Yes.
Back in the day.
So this is coming from the New York Post. Retired wrestling superstar Billy Jack Hayes, who grappled with the likes of Ric Flair and Randy Savage during his nearly 15-year career in the ring, has been arrested for allegedly fatally shooting his wife in their Oregon home last Thursday. Police responded to reports of gunfire in the Portland neighborhood of Lentz around 10 a.m. on February 8th and learned that Hayes, 70, was inside the residence and refusing to come out.
When Hayes was taken into custody after a 2-hour standoff with police. Yeah.
Breaking news.
Yeah. So, maybe as more comes out within the week, we can touch back on it next week. But, yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to jail.
Yeah. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
No.
Allegedly. We'll just say allegedly.
Right now, it is allegedly. It is not allegedly that he has been taken into custody.
No, that has
happened.
Yeah. But allegedly, he has fatally
yes.
unalived his wife. Anyway, yep, that's breaking news. Just throwing that out there. And I'm kind of glad that we are following this with some better stuff. So, on this day in wrestling history.
But you didn't want to believe me. I told you to believe me.
On this day in wrestling history, February 11th, 1969.
Yeah.
Nice. Dory Funk Jr. defeated Gene Knitsky in Tampa, Florida to win. Not Snitsky.
It wasn't his fault.
To win the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. Funk's title run would last for around 4 years from this date.
All right, Roman Reigns.
At this point, yeah. February 11th, 1984, Tito Santana became the WWF Intercontinental Champion in Boston. We talked about Boston in the previous segment with a win over Don Morocco.
The original Rock.
Yes.
Is that what you were going to say, Josh?
I was going to say the original King of the Ring.
Oh. Well, his nickname was The Rock.
We had an awkward silence after that.
Do you want to say it?
I just did. What?
So Don Morocco.
Yeah, he's the first King of the Ring winner.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm glad you could tell us that twice.
Just to move further a little in the years, February 11th, 2007, since we've been talking so much about TNA, TNA's Wrestling Against All Odds pay-per-view took place at the Impact Zone at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. In the main event, Christian Cage retained the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship against Kurt Angle.
Okay. Was that Kurt Angle? Because 2007, that's Perk Angle.
That's who it was.
Yeah, that's Perk Angle.
That was Kurt Angle.
That is intensity right there.
Yeah, intensity, integrity,
intelligence.
Yeah,
and should have been incapacitated.
Yep, he was doing some wild things in TNA.
So, Jeff, let me ask you this: did anything happen on this day in 2015?
I'm so glad you asked me that, Jason.
Well, it's right here.
February 11th, 2015.
Really quick, it's funny. I saw on here, and we just have the dates, and I was like, hey, how does he know what day and month it is? But the segment is on this day, and it's February 11th. So don't let me look like a dummy right now. Just please continue on. Listen, I'm not the sharpest spoon in the drawer, all right?
That's true. I'm not the brightest crown in the box myself.
No.
February.
But according to my buddy who is a Marine, the blue ones taste the best.
Fair enough. February 11th, 2015, NXT presented TakeOver Rival from Full Sail University in Florida. In the main event, Kevin Owens defeated Sami Zayn to end his brief NXT Championship run. The semi-main event saw a historically significant moment that brought together the 4 horsewomen of NXT in a fatal 4-way match. Sasha Banks won the match against Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Bayley to win the NXT Women's Championship.
Hey, whatever happened to El Generico?
Last I heard, he was in Mexico,
was like an orphanage or something.
Yeah. He was helping an orphanage.
Yeah.
So that's the last I heard of him. Now that Sami Zayn fella, there is some resemblance.
You know what? I don't see it.
I from the neck down, there's some resemblance. From the neck up, I can't. There's nothing there.
No, I mean El Generico didn't really like. Sami Zayn has a big beard.
Yeah.
El Generico didn't have a big beard.
No, he just had the little bit of beard coming out.
Kind of
little goatee coming out. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't see it.
It's just from the neck down.
I don't see it.
But also that Kevin Owens fella, he did look like somebody from Ring of Honor.
Yeah, Kevin Steen. Yeah.
Kevin Steen was a little more edgier than Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
So.
Well, The Rock thought his name was Killsteen.
Touche.
Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Did you? Would you like to hear that story real quickly?
Go for it. We got some time.
So Kevin Owens has this thing of fight Kevin, fight, or fight Owens, fight.
Yeah.
But back in the day, it was kill, Steen, kill.
Yes, in his Ring of Honor days.
Yes. So The Rock thought his name was Killsteen.
Fair.
Yep. So there you go.
All right. Also,
on this day in wrestling, you learned that.
On this day, February 11th, 2024, you'll learn that one. Or February 12th, 2024, if you're listening to this on 1490 AM.
But if this is February 12th, then all of the stuff we just mentioned didn't happen on this day in wrestling. It happened on this day of recording in wrestling.
Yeah.
Not this day that you're listening to it. Now, if you listen a year later, then it's still going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
But if you listen to it a year ago, how did you figure out time travel?
Yes, and also I'm going to give you some money, and I need you to go back to the year 2006, and I need you to put money on Jimmy Johnson to win the NASCAR Cup Series championship 5 years in a row. Then come back to me with all those winnings. That was on this day in wrestling history. Moving on to the main event. Nothing really special for your upcoming week of professional wrestling, your regularly scheduled programming.
Josh, when is the West Virginia WrestleMania, the ASW Bash in Beckley?
I believe it's June 1st. Right?
June 1st.
June 1st, yes.
And also the anniversary show on the March 30th, I believe.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Hold on. I will pull that up real quick. I don't need ASW Distillery.
While you're doing that, I believe that there is not a collision this week for AEW because of the, I believe the basketball tournament or something like that. Some kind of sporting event going on.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not March, so we're not in the March Madness yet.
I saw something pop up that said collision would not be happening this upcoming week.
He's looking things up. I'm looking things up. We are prepared for the most part. March 30th is the anniversary show for ASW. And they're going to have Butterbean there.
Oh, yeah, they are.
And Eric Redbeard.
Yeah, some kind of NBA programming going on that Saturday.
Okay, all right. So, did they say where they're just not going to have a collision at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so no collision on Saturday. So just heads up there. As far as local wrestling, there really isn't much until we get into March. ASW did just have their My Bloody Valentine this past weekend, and they do have a couple of shows coming up. And as to what Jason alluded to was the quote-unquote West Virginia WrestleMania, which is Bash in Beckley 4, they announced that Earl Hebner is going to be there.
I wonder if he's going to be selling any merch.
Possibly.
Maybe like backdoor merch, underhanded merch.
Vince screwed Vince merch.
Maybe.
Vince did screw Vince.
Well.
And Bret Hart's Goldberg wrestling.
Bill Goldberg. And I guess also Jimmy Hart's going to be there.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Oh, my God. Oh, but yeah, that's going to do it for this show, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be no collision on Saturday, but Monday will be Raw. Tuesday will be NXT. Wednesday will be Dynamite. Thursday will be TNA Wrestling and Ring of Honor. Friday will be SmackDown and Rampage.
And why will there be no collision on Saturday? Because all of our listeners are responsible drivers.
That's true. That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I know if you're listening to this, you're not going to take any chances with your life on the road or anyone else's. So remember, Everybody is somebody's kid.
Yep. Hands on the wheel. 2 and 10.
Mm-hmm. The more you know. Dum, bum, bum, bum.
Go like the Facebook page.
G.I. Joe.
If you got any comments for the show, if you want to tell us how much we suck, you can email us, thegrillout95@gmail.com. Yes, that goes directly to my phone.
And listen, do we have any emails yet?
A bunch of like spam emails.
We had that one random one a long time ago.
We did from.
Oh yeah, we did. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, but put in the subject there that Josh Cole sucks.
Okay.
Subject: Josh Cole sucks. That way we know that you're an avid listener.
If you got any comments about the show or anything that we're talking about on here, let us know. If you got anything you would like for us to cover, let us know. That's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, fellow wrestling fans, have a good one.
Goodbye, and good night, bang!